So to keep going, let's go ahead and get this set up the way we want. We can delete the 3 counter files because we don't need them. We're going to be using our own contracts. Now for this section, we actually want to start from lesson 4, remix fundme. We don't want to copy paste from our Foundry fundme. This is because we're actually going to modify our Foundry fundme a little bit to make it a lot easier to write tests and interact with. So for now, we want to go to the remix fundme and copy paste the contracts from here. So we'd come, copy this whole thing, go to src, let's create a new file. We'll call this fundme.sol, paste it in here, paste it into fundme, and then go back. We'll go over to price converter. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna copy this whole thing. We're gonna make our price converter.sol, paste it in here like that. And all right, great. Now, if we try to compile this right now though, forge build or forge compile, you'll see we get some errors. We get a few errors. We see compiling, unable to resolve imports at Chainlink contracts, blah, blah, blah. It's having a hard time with both of these imports. In Remix, when we do this at Chainlink/contracts, Remix automatically reaches out to the npm package repository. However, Foundry doesn't do this. We need to be very explicit and tell Foundry exactly where we need to pull our dependencies from. And we actually need to download this directly from GitHub. There's a package out here called Smart Contract Kit /Chainlink Brownie contracts that has all of the contracts that we need. And this is the GitHub repository that we're going to pull from. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this link and go back into our terminal. And we're going to say, we're going to install this dependency with forge install. And actually, we don't need the whole link. We just need the name of the org and the name of the repository. So it's going to be Smart Contract Kit /Chainlink Brownie contracts. Forge install, paste that in here. And most of the time, you're also going to want to add this --no commit. And just to make sure that we're working on the exact same version, you can also add this @ sign here and choose a version in the releases tab. I'm going to use 0.6.1 since that's the latest version, 0.6.1. For now, just auto default to adding this --no commit. You'll learn about why we need to add that later. But let's go ahead and hit enter. And now it's going to say installing Chainlink Brownie contracts, and it'll give you the path to where we're actually installing them. If we go to our Explorer now, and we open the lib folder, we can see we now have Forge STD, which comes default with Foundry, but we also have Chainlink Brownie contracts. And if we click into here, and we click contracts, we can see all the list of all these contracts that come with downloading that package. So now we have all these contracts locally in our own environment. And in here, of course, is going to be our aggregator v3 interface.sol. It's in contracts, src, v0.8 interfaces, aggregator v3 interface.sol. So we can go ahead and import from here, but we need to do one other thing. Right now in our contract, we're saying import aggregator v3 interface from @Chainlink/contracts. We need to tell Foundry that @Chainlink/contracts should point to this lib folder. So we need to create something called a remapping. In our foundry.toml, under profile.default, we can create a new section called remappings equals, and we'll do this for now. And if you want to see the entire list of possibilities that can go in here, you can click this link that comes with the repo, which brings you to this config section. And it has all these different endpoints and all these different parameters we can use in our foundry.config. Yep, there's a lot of them. But in this remapping section, we're going to put some text. We're going to tell Foundry, hey, anytime you see @Chainlink/contracts, that should equal, or you should redirect, or you should point to the lib/Chainlink Brownie contracts/contracts folder. So we're saying, hey, Foundry, if you see this, replace it with this. So in fundme.sol, it's equivalent to us swapping this out with the path to Chainlink Brownie contracts in the library. Cool. Now, of course, if we try to compile, clear, forge build, or forge compile, we still get an error because we can't find price converter.sol. So let's do the same thing. Let's go back to the GitHub repo associated with this course. Go to src, price converter, and let's copy this whole thing. Folders, new file, price converter.sol, and we'll paste it in here. Now we'll hit clear. We'll do forge build, and awesome, compiler run successful. We can see we've got our little out folder with all this stuff in here about all the compiled stuff. Fantastic. All right, great. Also, so it's a best practice when you name your errors, you name them with the contract name and then 2 underscores. This way, when you do get this error, you can very easily tell what contract it came from. In this case, it came from the Foundry contract. So this is just a nice convention for error handling. So now we have our contract actually compiling correctly.